Hi, everyone. Are you a mom that is dealing with heartbreak from your adult child? Have they broken your heart? If you're watching this channel, I would assume the answer is yes. My name is Sally Harris, and I am a mom who walked a difficult road of heartbreak and much more with my adult child for over 10 years. And while her life spiraled, so did mine. And today I want to talk about this subject because we always know deep down that we're hurt, right? But it really is heartbreak. When your adult child breaks your heart, it just cuts like a knife. It's just so deep and so deep. And it's really something that I want you to think about in regards to what are you going to do about it, right? There's a million things I could tell you how to handle it. So I'm going to break it down for you today because I want you to think of this no different than if someone else broke your heart. If you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a spouse or a friend and your heart was broken, right? This runs a little deeper because this is your child, whether it was adoption or you had this child yourself. Regardless, the pain runs so deep that only a mother can understand, right? When you have to cope from that rejection, which usually rejection is kind of at the forefront of why they broke your heart, right? The catalyst for what happened, all your stories are going to be a little bit different. But what is the same is that there's rejection. You feel rejected for whatever reason, they broke your heart. What are you going to do about that? If that was the same, like I said, in these other relationships, what would be good guidance for you to do in that case? Well, the first thing you have to do is take care of yourself. You have to seek support, and you have to take care of you. Practice that self-care. Set up boundaries around what that looks like. Now, first and foremost, even before you do any of that, I would recommend, obviously, trying to have a conversation, right? We don't need to always just go to our own rooms and go to our own corners with the boxing gloves, and go participate in every fight that we're invited to. If they broke your heart, what if you take that time you need maybe to calm yourself or to be in a better frame of mind, but then have a conversation with them, an adult conversation, because we're not talking about little kids here. We're talking about adult men and women. And what about trying to have a conversation with them about what happened, right? Well, sometimes I've worked with a lot of moms, and sometimes the mom doesn't know how to communicate maybe properly with their child. They're still barking orders and they're still yelling at them and thinking that they have the control and that they're superior. And if that is you, I just want to tell you that that is not the way to go about it, right? You want to try to have a conversation with them, adult to adult. And if you're not ready to do that right now because you've got so much pain and it's just going to come out in the wrong ways, you're human, okay? But at the end of the day, then I would tell you to wait. I would tell you to take a step back and wait until you are able to have that conversation adult to adult, right? So there may be reasons why you feel like your adult child is resentful towards you or you're feeling the rejection for whatever your situation is, but there is going to be impact on both of you. And many times we forget that. We think when someone's angry with us or if they've hurt us, that they're not hurting, they just did the hurting and they're going on with their life, forgot all about us. That usually is not the case. Now, my personal experience with this, my daughter broke my heart more times than I care to admit. But at the end of the day, I know now, fast forward, that her intention wasn't to get me. She was dealing with internal struggles that she had to take care of. And that's how it was coming out. Whether it was me, her father, or her friend, who she was pushing out of her life, who didn't agree with maybe what she was thinking at the time or how she wanted to live her life or act, do the things that she wanted to do. At the end of the day, like those, usually we try to find people who are like us, who are going to agree with us. And when we get our heart broken, sometimes it's because we just have to agree to disagree, and not everyone is on that same page. And so you have to realize that, unfortunately, there is a growing phenomenon of grown children that are ignoring their parents, who are cutting their parents off, and sometimes there is no logical explanation. So regardless of your story, whether you know what happened, you know how they broke your heart, why they broke your heart, you already can, fine tune and pinpoint what is really going on. I'm glad that you can do that. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're a mom that is just starting out on this journey and your mind is just blown because you can't believe your adult son or daughter maybe spoke to you in a way they never have before, or the disrespect is just starting to be thrown out there nonstop and you're just confused and you don't know what to do. But there are a lot of complex emotions that are going to come with this because your heart is broken. And I want to acknowledge that, right? There are always two sides to a story. Always. And we know that. That's life. But at the end of the day, what I want to do is to be able to help you look in the mirror and figure out, okay, what can I, not them, what can I, meaning you, do about it? What can you do about the situation? Sometimes there's nothing you can do. Sometimes you have to take a pause and wait and hope and pray that the reconciliation will happen. But in the meantime, you have to take care of yourself. You have to work on yourself, figure out what are the things that you could do better next time. And at the end of the day, we hope that your child is going to do the same work. Now that work is up to them, right? And that's the frustrating part sometimes because we know, most of you know, that you don't have control over your adult child. If you don't know that yet, you need to go back and listen to some of my other videos because we definitely need to get you to that point because that's the starting point right there from where everything else can grow for you. So I just want you to know that you can address these feelings, you can address these situations, and it's okay to take a pause sometimes because we're human, we make mistakes, we say things we don't mean, and at the end of the day, it doesn't mean you or your child is a horrible person. Some of you are dealing with a lot of, whether it be mental health issues with your child or just emotional chaos. They've different situations where someone's dealing with some trauma that maybe needs to be addressed. All of those things can play, those are all factors that play into all of this. But at the end of the day, we just want reconciliation. We just want two healthy individuals to be reconciled, right? And so I want to help you get there. And obviously your adult son or daughter needs to do their own work. So for those of you here that I've never talked to before and you are ready for change, you are ready to say, yes, I'm ready to do some work on myself so I can be the best version of me, work through my own things, and try my best to be able to reconcile in whatever way that looks like for you. You can click the link below to the discovery call. That's an opportunity for you and I to have a consultation where we get to do a Zoom call. It will be on video, and we get to know each other for about 30 minutes, and I can best tell you how I can guide you and help you through coaching or other means, and I can make the best recommendation for you. So I hope that helps you today, and I'll see you next time.